fresh inspiration for the continuing journey of generations yet unborn.
Sure.
We have always been proud of this university. We're proud of the foundations it gave us. This afternoon I was telling the former Vice Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor that Kandabar and I were working down to Medina to buy our food. And at times he didn't have food, so I had to make sure that he had food to eat. He gave us, proud of the contribution it has made, and proud of the men and women it continues to produce for the service of Ghana, Africa, and the world.
Sure.
But I dare say, there has been no time to be prouder than now. Today, this university opens new grounds with a highly innovative initiative for which the leadership deserves the highest applause. The Ghana Business Conclave is an idea conceived in the best of times. Our nation stands only a few months shy of their 70th birthday. We are within reach of 7 decades as a sovereign independent nation. The right to govern ourselves, to manage our own affairs in our own way, can never be in dispute. Ghana has earned a place in the history of Africa and the world. We are entitled to be proud that we led the way in the struggle for the total liberation of the African continent. From Algeria to Angola, from Mozambique to Zimbabwe, from the struggle against colonial domination to the collapse of apartheid in South Africa, the hand of Ghana was ever present, ever fair, and ever critical. We have given the world Busumru Kofi Annan. We have given the world Dr. Robert Gardner, A.L. Aduken Adazi, and our proud daughter, Father Shelley Ayoko Boche, who was risen to serve as Secretary General of the Commonwealth of Nations. And yet, ladies and gentlemen, when we look back over almost 7 decades of independence, we must ask ourselves whether we have made the best of our freedom in our lives. We must ask whether the promise of independence has been translated into prosperity in every home, opportunity for every child, and dignity for every citizen. There is no truer measure of our national progress than the state of the economy. It is the economy that determines whether we are able to provide food for the table, shelter for families, clothes for children, education for our people, healthcare for our communities, and safety for our homes. By any measure, every Ghanaian will hope that our best years are still ahead. But we must be honest enough to admit that the past decades have been too dominated by politics, and not always by politics of the kind that builds nations. An allegiance to party has too often been stronger than allegiance to the state. We have sung the praises of politicians and ignored those whose toil, innovation, and enterprise drive nations forward. After almost 70 years, the lesson is clear. We have had enough of talk. Ghana must now become a nation of builders. We must move from political rhetoric to building business. We must move from slogans to production. We must move from lamentation to enterprise. We must move from dependency to value creation. We must move from the garden path of promises to the hard road of work, discipline, sacrifice, and innovation. The decade before us must be the decade of business, must be the decade in which all our energies are directed towards building a strong, resilient, ethical, and sustainable economy. Our political leaders must continue to create the right environment, provide the right policy framework, and ensure stability. But the duty to create, to innovate, to build enterprises, to create jobs, and to add value to our natural resources rests also on citizens, entrepreneurs, professionals, and institutions such as this university. In today's world,